Hey, my name's David. I'll be sharing with you a quick, easy, and simple way to teach a language class using movies in 10 simple steps. This is something that I read on a blog a while back. I don't remember the name of the blog, but I remember it was a repost of something that Kenneth Bear had written from about.com. English is a second language. So if you look there, you can probably find it fairly easily. And it's been a while since I've actually read through this, so I'm just going to share with you how I've been doing it. I hope I remember all the 10 steps in the correct order. But anyways, just be flexible, have fun with it, and students love it, and it's very effective for helping them learn and comprehend the language. So I'm going to go through these 10 steps, and then I'm going to share an example with you of a movie that I did recently, this past week actually, and how I broke it down with my students. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose a section of the movie, normally 3 to 5 minutes, and it can be anywhere in the movie. You're going to show it to the students in the target language. Now, for example, if you're an English teacher, you're teaching English as a second language, and then you're going to show the section of the movie that you choose in English without subtitles to the students. So you're going to show it straight through without pausing. And normally what I try to do is choose a section of the movie that's got plenty of dialogue, maybe something funny that happens in it, but also leads up to something suspenseful or where something big is going to happen in the movie. And so as I show them this section, I pause it right before the big event that's going to happen. So you run through it, let them watch it, and then after they've seen it, ask them on a scale of 1 to 10 how much they were able to understand of the movie. Now, I recommend that you show it to them in English without subtitles or without letting them watch it in mother tongue, because then they're going to understand it, and so they'll just kind of zone out when they're watching the section in English. So keep them on their toes and try to get them involved with this. Ask them some questions. And you can ask questions related to what they saw, things from their personal life, if something like that's ever happened to them, etc. Depending on the level of the group, you can, ask easier or more difficult questions and get more conversation going. So anyways, after you've done that, then go back through and play it slowly with pauses. So, kind of show them a short section and then pause it and let them take notes, write down words that they didn't understand or words that they did understand. And you can do it either way. Either have them write down the words they understand so you can kind of see what words they're picking up, if they're understanding the words correctly, or, the words they don't understand, just write it the way they understood it so they can go back through and actually learn those words later. So once you've done that, then go back through and play it in their mother tongue, okay? And just let them watch it straight through and see if they really understood what they thought they did. And it's actually kind of interesting, the response you get here. So now they've seen it, then you go back through it, and this time, the fourth time actually, that I show it to them, I put it back in English and put the subtitles in English. So now they can actually watch it and read what they hear the actor saying, and it's a lot more comprehensible, and it's much easier for them to grasp, and this kind of helps them assimilate, make that connection between what they're hearing, what they're seeing, and it's a really interesting exercise. So once I've done that, then I'll go back through. We'll watch it a fifth time, this time with the subtitles again, but I'll actually go through pausing it, and I'll ask them to translate what they heard or what they're seeing in the subtitles and make sure they're really comprehending it. You can do it blow by blow, every single sentence, or just go through and choose different sections and just kind of go around the room. And that way, you really get a feel if the students are understanding it or not. And then you can go back through and play it only in English once more for them without the subtitles and see if they're still able to comprehend it. And so as you go through this several times, you play through the movie different ways between 6, 8, 10 times. You know, if you've got a 3-minute section of the movie, this will probably actually end up taking you about, you know, if you play it 6 times, ask the questions, and really work through it, it actually ends up taking about a full hour. So once you're done with that, you go back through and actually see what words they didn't understand, teach them the new vocabulary. And actually, you're doing some of this during the time where they're actually pausing it and making sure they comprehend it, but just double check that they understood everything. And so, I think I may have skipped a step or two, but you know, it's flexible. I don't always do it the same exact way. With some students, I'll actually go through and actually pause it first and translate with them depending on their level. Other times I'll wait towards the end. But you know, this isn't like a, you know, you have to do it exactly this way. Just think about the level of your students, what they need, and how you can help them grasp and understand what's going on. And then the final section, after they really understand and they know what's going on, then you go back through and you let them watch the whole section without pauses and actually let them see what happens, how the cliffhanger, that suspenseful ending happens. And it's really interesting the reaction you get. The students like this, and they actually feel, you know, it helps them develop their self-confidence and, you know, perceive the fact that they really are learning and that they can use what they're learning. All right, so now let me tell you how I did this with a movie in class recently. We watched Slumdog Millionaire. I actually let them watch the first few minutes of the movie just to kind of understand what was going on, and then I jumped to a section of the movie that's in chapter 11 on the DVD. It's at 1 hour and 23 minutes, and I let them watch about a minute up through 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 18 seconds, and I played through that several times to make sure they understood what was going on. And then I played from 1 hour and 24 minutes and 18 seconds to 1 hour, 27 minutes and 3 seconds. Now this is the section of the movie, second section that doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue. But I just played through it once or twice, I think, and just asked them questions about what they were seeing. It wasn't so much about what they were understanding, but just what they were seeing. I asked them to describe scenes, what they thought was going on, and why. And then after we did that, we went through and played the rest of the movie from 1 hour, 23 minutes, 1 hour, 27 minutes and 3 seconds through 1 hour, 32 minutes and 7 seconds, and let them actually watch the whole thing several times using this process that I just explained to you. And the cliffhanger section was right before he answers the last question and the final answer, and the answer is given, and he realizes that, you know, the answer was correct, but the students don't know that. They're in doubt the whole time as if he answers the question correctly or not. If they haven't watched the movie, you know, some of the students had already seen the movie, so they knew the answer. But it was a fun experience. They really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy this also and can apply this with your students, and let me know what kind of results you get, all right? So you can just contact me through exlsite@gmail.com. Send me a message, give me your feedback, let me know what you thought, how you use this, if you make any modifications or come up with some new ideas, and it'd be great to hear your feedback. So enjoy it. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.